I got a lot of manga this month. Hello, my name is Kaylee and welcome to my channel, Korage Manga. Hope you're all doing well because I've got a huge haul for you today. There is a reason that I spent a lot of money this month. It was my birthday month, so I'm using that as an excuse for how many volumes I got for 1 month. That's my excuse. It was my birthday, I'm allowed. So there's a lot of series in here that I've probably talked about before, I think. Yeah, I'm going to talk less about some of the series this time around because I know I tend to share what I've read and so on, so I'll try and keep it pretty simple today. But let's just get straight into the haul. I have got many volumes of Noragami because I've been really enjoying it, so I wanted to get what I could, like just to slowly catch up because I think there's about 24 volumes or something now. So we've got a whole bunch. So we've got 6 that I was missing last month. So that fills in the gap, so I'm now on volume 8, which is why I picked up 9 through 15 as well this month. And I just gotta say, the covers on these like Noragami volumes is so good and they feel so nice. And like I said, I've already said quite a bit on Noragami, so I won't go into detail, but it's just essentially about this like low-level god who wants to be more recognized and the stuff he goes through, and there's a lot of like, I guess, like fights and stuff. Yeah, it's just really interesting because we see more into like the god world and so on, and it's really cool. I love the world building of this. This is a nice cover. Oh, they look so cute. This is a really nice one too. Yeah, I'm definitely going to collect more of this. I definitely want to read more of Noragami. It's really good. We have Sakamoto Days, Volume 3. I really love how the cover looks on this one. It's very dynamic. I haven't read it yet, so I can't give my thoughts on it. But I was enjoying Sakamoto Days a lot. Look how cool the art is. I'm trying not to be too spoilery. Yeah, it's been very good so far, just from the first 2 volumes. Next, I was very excited to get The Witch and the Beast Volume 9. I got this on pre-order. I so happy this out. I'm very much in the Halloween spirit at the moment, so getting this volume is excellent. What I really love about the series is the art style, honestly. Like, it's so different. Like, I love the way the characters are drawn. It's so beautiful. And the story itself has been really good so far. It's quite dark, so honestly, if you want to give this a try, read volume 1 and you'll probably get hooked. Next, I got Jujutsu Kaisen volume 2 and 17. So 2 is the one that I didn't get last month and it finally arrived. So I was really happy because now I can actually continue on with Jujutsu Kaisen. I've read this volume. Obviously, I've watched the anime, so there's not anything new as such. Yeah, we've got volume 17, which is the one that came out this month. Very cool. I won't flick through it in case of spoilers. But yeah. I also got Secret XXX, like Secret Allergy, I think it's supposed to be, or something like that. It's just a cute BL story between these two that work in a bunny shop, and it's so adorable. But he's also allergic and he didn't want the guy to know. Just look how cute the rabbits are. They're adorable. I love bunnies. But yeah, it's just a cute one-shot story. It's about, if you've read Therapy Game, it covers like their brothers, which I also have picked up this month. Let me show you. So I got a Therapy Game volumes 2 of Restart and just Therapy Game. So Restart's like the reboot after this one. It starts off with a sort of rocky relationship. It's like he's being tricked into it, like he wants this guy to fall so hard for him and then he wants to break his heart and so on. So it's a bit iffy, but honestly, once that's all over with, it's extremely cute. Then here's the Restart. I couldn't find, so I picked these up because I was out and about in Nottingham for my birthday, and we stopped by the Forbidden Planet and I got the 3 for 2s. But they didn't have volume 1s, which is fine. I have read this story online. The art's quite pretty, I will say. I really like this mangaka's artwork. So yeah, that's those two. I also got Restart After Growing Hungry. It finally came back in stock. I haven't read it yet, but I'm so excited to. It's just like Restart After Coming Back Home was really good and really cute, and so I can't wait to see the build upon of their relationship. So I'm super excited to read this. So at some point, but yeah, I really recommend these BL stories. Starting off with a lot of BL. We'll stay on brand for the BL. Okay, so I also picked up Sayonara Game. I know nothing about this story at all. I picked it up while I was in Waterstones in Peterborough with my sister. And I can't remember who I watched. If I remember, I'll link their channel, but I saw someone pick this up and I was really curious. So when I saw it on the shelf, I was like, oh, I remember someone mentioning that they got this. So I figured I would try it, but I really don't know much about it. It's apparently... Oh, so people who went to school together and like reuniting sort of thing. I don't know. Old flame maybe. We'll find out. Last BL series, I promise. Sasaki and Miyano Volume 6. I unfortunately can't get Volume 5 as out of stock, but of course I had to get Volume 6. I'm just catching up. I love this fluffy BL. It's just absolutely adorable. I think with this one I actually am up to date. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much up to date now, from where I read to online quite a while back, so I'll be really happy to get Volume 5, and then I'll probably reread through it and then hopefully onwards. But I really do like Sasaki and Miyano. I think it's a great BL romance. Also from Forbidden Planet, I got Yamada-kun 7 Witches. This is Volume 5. With this I do have a gap because I have 1, 2 and 3, but I didn't find number 4, so we got Volume 5 because it was on 3 for 2. This story is, I actually find it really quite enjoyable. I don't know if many people really talk about it, but it's so entertaining. So basically there's this guy who finds out that when he kisses other people he can sort of like switch bodies with them, and I assume there's 7, so you know and a lot of shenanigans going down with like body swaps and stuff. So far it's been really entertaining. Next is something I didn't know I was gonna pick up, but I saw it and I was like, I knew I wanted to continue it, and I put it on hold, and that's Komi Can't Communicate. So I got Volume 2 and 3. I've had Volume 1 for quite some time, but it wasn't on my priority list, let's just say. But yeah, I finally picked up these two. Plus, it had been out of stock for quite some time as well. But I know how popular Komi Can't Communicate is, and I will say I really enjoyed the first volume. I just didn't continue it for whatever reason. But it's just like a good like comedy. I don't know if it's. I assume it's a rom-com. It's about this girl who is very like, has like really bad social anxiety, and she's set out this goal to make like 100 friends. As you see, it's sort of like that paneling. Now this was one I was really excited to get. I'm on a very like historical and like fantasy binge at the moment, so this is something a bit more historical, and that is Ooku Volume 1. I love the print of these books. They are so lovely. It's a shame, like, I don't know if this is like a weird overhang situation going on, but either way, I've read this. If you want to read Ooku, bear in mind it's like in like an old English. So in this story it's about basically only men are getting this illness, so there's only like 1 to 3 women now, or to 4 women or something of that extent. So it's very like, there's just not enough men in the world basically. And there's a place called the Inner Chambers where the shogun keeps the men, and it's just about the tellings and the stories that go on within the inner chambers with these men and so on. So when I say like old English, let's just like for example, we've already got like, you start in, you go straight in, it's like, Sadakichi, where art thou going? So it's like that all the way through. It's honestly such a joy to read in that way. I will say it took me a lot to get through, because when they speak like that, it's like adding extra words where you don't need to, in a way. So it took me a while to get through this volume, but overall I enjoyed it. I love, like I said, I'm on a historical binge at the moment, so I really enjoyed this. So speaking of historical, we've got another favourite of mine, which is the Apothecary Diaries Volume 6. I love this story. It's just so, I don't know how to explain it, like, it's just, Mao is such a good lead in this whole thing, and she's like solving all these mysteries and just like following the stuff that she does within the outer inner court and stuff, and it's just like, yeah, it's such an enjoyable read. I'd seriously recommend Apothecary Diaries to anyone. Next, I got volume 1 and 2 of Frieren. This was one on my radar for quite a bit when it came out, and I just didn't know, whether I wanted to pick it up or not. But like I said, the whole historical and fantasy binge, this really cured like my fantasy need. So this covers Frieren, who is an elf, and she outlives, her like party, and so they destroyed the Demon King and brought peace to the land, and it's just her dealings with and getting to know, like, more like humans or just people in general who probably live shorter lives than she does, and just coming to understand people, and she's sort of like fulfilling the wishes of her late friends. So I've read volume 1, I want to start volume 2, and so far I'm enjoying it. Like I said, it's really curing that fantasy binge that I wanted. So Frieren's a mage, and she's taking on an apprentice as well, so they're going on their little journey as Frieren sort of like collects magic and learns about the world. So it's been a good like sort of like fantasy slice of life sort of situation. Really good. I picked up some more Dr. Stone, so we've got volume 7 and 9. So we got 9 from Forbidden Planet on the 3 for 2. It was the earliest volume they had, and I have up to volume 6. So I picked up volume 9, and then later on I actually went to Waterstones and I got volume 7 as well. The fun story, I was meant to pick up 7 and 8, but as I walked towards the till, I noticed I'd picked up 6 and 7. So I put 6 down, and I wasn't going to climb all the way to the top of the stairs because it was just before closing time. So I only got 7 in the end, so now unfortunately I have a gap of 8, so maybe next month. But yeah, Dr. Stone, great series. I feel like it needs no introduction. It's like, so humanity's turned to stone, and people are now coming back, and it's just like, I don't know, like just regrowing the world in a way, and it's got a lot of like sci-fi and gadget building and adventure, and it's just, yeah, it's really cool. Dr. Stone is a good classic in my opinion, and I believe it's coming to an end soon as well. Something very different to Dr. Stone, I got The Demon Prince of Momochi House volume 6. I only have volume 1 and 2 at the moment, but I figured I'd pick up volume 6 because it was on the 3 for 2. So we've got a lot of gaps to fill, but this is just a romance shoujo manga about this girl who goes to this house and finds someone already living there, and it turns out he's like a sort of like either, he's a demon, and just like stuff that goes on in the house and the craziness of being on that line of human world and the spirit realm and all that stuff. And it's yeah, it's supposed to be quite cute romance. It gives me sort of like, what's the one? Oh, Kamisama Kiss vibes with like the demon and that sort of relationship. And speaking of, I got Kamisama Kiss volume 2 and 3. 1 hasn't arrived, but it has been ordered, and this is a series my sister adores, but I have actually yet to read. I already know it's going to be something I'll really like though. It's that same kind of like fantasy demon romance vibe, so I think I can't really go wrong with this. I know it's quite a big one in the shoujo world. I think a lot of people really enjoy this, so I think this is a safe bet. It is a hard one to collect, but I know stuff is coming back into printing, so it's not too bad now. Next on pre-order, I got volume 9 of Blue Period. I haven't actually continued on from volume 7 at the moment, so I'm on hold a bit because I've been reading other series, but this is like one of those relaxing series to me, and you know, just about art and development of yourself and the people around, you know, him meeting the people around him and the struggles that everyone goes through. It's like a good like coming of age slice of life with art story, and yeah, it's been a lovely journey so far, I will say. I think it just has those calming vibes and it's interesting enough to grip you. And again, this is one I lent my sister and she adores this and actually wants to buy it herself now, and she doesn't collect manga, so if that tells you anything. Next, I got volume 4 of Wotakoi. As I've said, I'm slowly picking this up. We're almost complete, only 5 and 6 to go. Wotakoi is a excellent, like, realistic sort of office romance between otaku who, you know, are into like anime, video games, that kind of thing. So sort of relatable in some ways to its demographic. But yeah, it's like those. It's one of those lovely romance stories because it's less drama filled and just like healthy, and yeah, so Wotakoi is a good read if you want something to touch your soul. Next, I got volume 8 of The Way of the House Husband. This is just an episodic comedy book about an ex-Yakuza member who is now a stay-at-home husband, and just funny little stories. It's a great series to binge read. I've already said some stuff on this before, so I won't go into too much, but Way of the House Husband is just a great comedy. If you just want something you don't have to care about too much, don't have to get too invested in, it's great. Next, I was trying to get caught up on Mashle, Magic and Muscles, so I've got volume 4, 5 and 6 now. This story is absolutely hilarious. Covers this boy Mash who does not have any magic at all, but he is super strong, hence the magic and muscles. He's just muscles. He gets through magic school through sheer strength alone, and it makes for some excellent funny shenanigans and chaotic moments, and just the way the comedy is told is right up my alley. It's so like simple, and it's just really good. Mashle is a great comedy series. It's like that mix between, it's such like a Harry Potter ripoff, but meeting like One Punch Man kind of levels of funny and stupidity. It's great. Next, I got volume 11 of Assassination Classroom. I've been very, very slowly picking this series up, so I got this one on a 3 for 2. I've had the other volumes for quite some time. I haven't read much of Assassination Classroom, but I just knew I wanted to collect it because I started it when I was very, very young, and I was enjoying that back then, and I only read about 4 volumes, so maybe one day I'll revisit this, but for now I'm going to collect the whole thing. If I end up not liking it, maybe we'll have a giveaway, but for now, Assassination Classroom is on the list, and I don't actually know, I feel like I've hardly heard anyone's opinions on this, so I don't know if it's good, bad. So far, I didn't mind it, and I think the anime is supposed to be quite good also, so we'll give it a try at some point. Pre-ordered Snow White with the Red Hair volume 20. I love this series. I have read up to volume 17 now. I've put it on hold. I will not read any more until more volumes release because I will get so annoyed. I binged so much of this. It's less romance than you might think, but it's enough. You get the story, and honestly the relationship between Shiroyuki and Zen is it's like I said, it's not a slow burn, but it is like very subtle, but it's beautiful. It's the best way to describe it. Like, I love their relationship. It's absolutely adorable. It basically covers Shirayuki here, who is like a herbalist, and she works in the palace. Again, it gives me that sort of like, it's that sort of fantasy historical vibes again. I know it's not technically, it is like a sort of fantasy, but it's the whole, I just really want to escape at the moment, and being completely away from anything that's within the real world is really helping. But going back to real world, Ima Koi Volume 1. This was something I knew I'd probably pick up at some point, and gosh, am I so glad I did. This Volume 1 already is super adorable, and it's gone like straight into a relationship. It's just BAM! And now we get to explore their relationship, so I'm super excited to read more of this. I really enjoyed this first volume, and like, look at the art, so cute. Look at him, look at the main guy. Yeah, it's so adorable, and I love this forming of what's gonna be, I think, a beautiful relationship. Going back to historical vibes, My Happy Marriage Volume 1. I believe this is based off the light novel, and it's finally coming out in manga format, and so far really liking it after just one volume. I think this is going to be right up my alley. It's about this girl who was basically rejected by her own family. She had a lovely mother, her mother passed away, her dad remarried like an old spark, shall we say, and then they had a kid, and it's kind of like Cinderella vibes, where she gets pushed away by the family, and they've basically married her off to this man here who is apparently like a bit, I guess, stern, strict, a bit scary, but it's about their relationship and her life with her new man, so we'll see how that goes, but so far really good. Next, I finally got Volume 6 of Hero of the Dawn. I ordered this last month, but only just arrived this month. Again, just filling in the gaps of Hero of the Dawn. I won't go too much about it. It's very good, like romance, adventure, fantasy story. Less so on the romance, but still really good. Like, the adventure you go through with this is just excellent. Cannot recommend Hero of the Dawn enough. It is popular for a reason. Next, as I said, I was enjoying Lovesick Ellie Volume 5. I got this on pre-order. I've said before, I binged Volumes 1, 2, 3 and 4. I loved it. It's just so funny. The romance is still really cute, and these two's relationship is just, it's a good one. I am excited to read more of this. It's such a good, like, fluffy, funny romance shoujo manga. And then last but not least, I got some volumes of Kimi ni Todoke. So we've got volume 9, 14, 24 and 25. I'm still waiting on some more in memory. I think, I could be wrong, but I got what I could of this. It's a series I've been wanting to collect for quite some time. It's just such a cute, slow burn romance between this girl who is very, like, shy, and everyone sees her as being really gloomy and stuff, but she wants to make friends just as much as everyone else, and she's actually really lovely, and it's about, you know, these two's relationship and her relationship with other people, and it's just really sweet. It's a long story. I believe it has about 30 plus volumes, so it really is a slow burn, but the journey is so worth it. I feel like you will hear people rave about Kimi ni Todoke, or From Me to You is the English title. The anime is also really good, so if you don't want to go through and purchase a lot of volumes, because like I said, it is over 30, the anime is very good too. It's a very good adaptation, and I'd really recommend it. Love this romance so much. I watched it when I was so young, so being able to have the manga now is very exciting. Okay, so please excuse my voice in this clip. I'm not very well, unfortunately. But getting past that, I really want to show you something that just arrived today. It's from Bai on Makari, so a seller from Japan. And look! It's the Wotakoi Illustration book. And it comes with, like, design things. Let's see what this is first. Oh, look at it! Cool. Oh, it's too. Oh! Oh, cute! So they are like little, like, postcard things. Well, not postcards, but you know, like illustration cards. These are adorable. Okay, so let's have a look in here. Cute. So that, I think this one was on the exclusive cover in the US, right? On the Barnes & Noble or something. Or it was from somewhere else, like Kinokuniya, I'm not sure. Been watching all the videos and seeing all the exclusive covers, but in the UK we only get the one. Oh, this is so cute. Very happy with my purchase. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. I am very happy with the stuff I picked up this month. My collection is growing at super rapid speed and I'm getting a little worried, but I cannot be stopped. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys. Bye.